right here, yeah.
Is there a military or political explanation as to why the Iraqis did not use chemical weapons?
We've got a lot of questions about why the Iraqis did use chemical weapons, and I don't know the answer. I just thank God that they didn't.
Yesterday, after conferring with my senior national security advisors and following extensive consultation with our coalition partners, Saddam Hussein was given one last chance, set forth in very explicit terms to do what he should have done more than 6 months ago: withdraw from Kuwait without condition or further delay, and comply fully with the resolutions passed by the United Nations Security Council.
The liberation of Kuwait has entered a final phase. I have therefore directed to use all forces available, including ground forces, to eject the Iraqi army from Kuwait.
At this point, it seems inevitable that the ground war is only hours away. Peter Ahmed, back.
We've got a lot of questions about why the Iraqis did use chemical weapons, and I don't know the answer. I just thank God that they didn't.
What we're protecting against is a massive public health threat. Anthrax in the hands of our enemies that would kill thousands and thousands of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. This vaccine protects against that possibility.
We could do human research. It would be unethical to do so.
We don't want to lose a single soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine just because they refuse to take a shot. We try to change their minds. And if they won't change their mind and won't take the shot, then it leads to some kind of disciplinary action.
People can get sick from it. Virtually none stay sick from it, and there are some exceptions to that.
I took 3. My first one was in December of '98. I didn't question it. I was an officer. I just rolled up my sleeve and did my duty. It was worse than being raped because I was betrayed.
There are a lot of people out there that are opposing our anthrax vaccine program for a lot of different reasons.
It was some sort of a misguided experiment.
Is it ironic that we're the only ones that got the vaccine, the anthrax vaccine?
We had ours on the same day, one in each arm. This is the air loss I suffer. My hands, they're permanently discoloured, and I can't feel my fingers. I break bones in them, and they don't work no more.
One of the associated aspects of the congenital defects is the burning semen syndrome, which is common amongst Gulf War veterans.
With 37 nations in the Gulf War, why are there only 4 that have come down with Gulf War syndrome? Why didn't the Kuwaitis develop Gulf War syndrome? They were occupied by Iraq for a number of months.
But there are reasons why you wouldn't let to give a person a shot if a servicewoman was pregnant.
Military women, after receiving the vaccine, are being advised not to become pregnant during the 18-month period of 6 anthrax shots. This is due to reported pregnancy problems and birth defects.
People suffering from the Gulf War syndrome have reported the following symptoms: blackouts, chronic fatigue, cysts on the scalp, lesions on the brain, heart, and lungs, the inability to concentrate, respiratory problems, skin rashes, vertigo, autoimmune disorders, chronic headaches, thyroid cancer, paralysis of the stomach, allergies, liver damage, Tourette's syndrome, and more. Driving along a quiet residential street in Lansing, Michigan, one comes upon a 12-foot-high razor-wire chain-link fence, cement pylons, and then a small sign, Bioport Corporation. In 1997, former employees of the Michigan Department of Health attempted to purchase Bioport Labs for $50 million. While they were in escrow, former Joint Chiefs of Staff Admiral William J. Crow and Fuad El-Hibri, a munitions dealer who was born in Lebanon and raised in Germany, bought the lab for $25 million in cash. Ex-Joint Chiefs of Staff Admiral William J. Crow was the first military commander to endorse Bill Clinton in his run for presidency in 1992. In keeping with his intended legacy of biohazard preparedness, President Clinton endorsed mandatory vaccinations for the entire U.S. military by the year 2000. Bioport was given a single-source contract to supply and manufacture anthrax vaccine to the entire 2.5 million military members.
It's the very first anthrax shot. Raise your hand.
For every one individual that comes forward, there are 3 individuals that will not.
So we were giving multiple vaccinations, including those who were due for their anthrax vaccine, on a flu shot line. Now, how in the world can you determine if a vaccine had caused an illness or an adverse reaction when you're giving it concomitantly with other vaccines?
They still do the ballroom dance, that they're still dancing on the subject, and there's still information coming in, and they still stick by their guns, and they still say that there's nothing wrong with this vaccine. They're criminals.
You know, I'd rather have caught a bullet from an AK-47 than gotten injected with this stuff. At least I would have known what my fate would have been. You know, am I going to be alive 2 years from now? Or am I going to join the ranks of some of my buddies that are passing away? Or in wheelchairs? Or walking on crutches?
The only thing that I have to go on now in my life is karma. And I don't want to think bad upon anybody else. But I hope what goes around comes around, and that they will get theirs in the end. But in the meantime, I'm still like this, and I won't know anything else.
The Universal National Security Act of 2003, now before Congress, calls for compulsory military or civilian service of all men and women 18 to 26 years of age. This bill fails to address the health concerns that exist within the United States military, which discourage a voluntary service and re-enlistment of experienced and qualified personnel, namely the right to informed consent within a voluntary vaccination program. The call to arms in defense of our national security is meaningless if we do not stand united as one nation to preserve the freedoms we cherish.